Now, when I saw this article, I thought that the FIFA chief, which attempts to empathize with the marginalized, is going to talk about the homeless. But then I remembered that it's cut here, and of course the marginalized are the LGBT. Which, granted, in the case of Qatar, okay, fine, they are. Like, this is the probably first time in forever that I'm seeing an article which calls, the LGBT marginalized, and I do agree, because it's in Qatar. Like, in the United States, all corporations have the LGBT flag. There are diversity officers which are hired specifically to get more LGBT people on board. I mean, like in the United States, you can't make the argument that they're still marginalized. You could have said that like 20 years ago. But in the case of Qatar, yeah, alright. But still, the FIFA chief. I mean, clearly he's going to say something clever, right? I love the article. It's like, attempts to empathize. So let's see if he was successful in his attempt. He feels gay. No, seriously, like, no. I feel gay. Is that a feeling? Like, what exactly do you feel? Like, do you feel that you need the touch of another man? Like, what does that mean? I feel gay. I feel like a migrant worker. So this millionaire is experiencing the struggle of working like 12 hours a day in a very difficult and hazardous work environment, I guess. Infantino opened the traditional pre-World Cup news conference on Saturday with a lengthy monologue lambasting the critics of Qatar hosting the tournament because the country's human rights record. Today I feel Qatari. Today I feel Arab. Today I feel African. Today I feel gay. How much money did Qatar pay him to say that? Today I feel disabled. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to disagree now. Today I feel like a vagrant. Today I feel like a migrant worker. This is deconstructing all of those identities, by the way, which I disagree with the fact that they're an identity. I mean, politicians and activists are trying to make like the identity of a migrant. It's like, well, it depends on the migrant, doesn't it? Like some people, for example, the person which made AOC dress is an African-American migrant, but she's a millionaire that migrated from Canada into the United States. Surely her experience must be a little bit different than a Syrian, which manages to jump the border into France. I mean, the identity is still migrant, of course, but a distinction can be made, I say. I feel all of these because what I see brings me back to my personal story, says the millionaire. Infantino then detailed how he had grown up as the child migrant worker in Switzerland and has been bullied for his accent, for having red hair and freckles. Yes, I'm pretty sure that getting bullied for your accent, for having red hair and freckles, is similar with like being a Romanian migrant that goes into Germany to pick asparagus during the pandemic, and the farm takes away their ID card, so they can't leave. In fact, they can't leave because it's a pandemic, right? All the plays are stopped, so they can't go back to Romania, and they don't get even paid, right? Like, clearly his experience is probably very similar to that. Of course, I'm not Qatari, I'm not Arab, I'm not African, I'm not gay, I'm not disabled. See, it's the YouTube terms of service that shackle me in moments like these. Like, I would wish that I could spread my wings right now. I would wish that I would say some things which some people may consider meme, but unfortunately, I cannot. Unless you catch me on Twitter. LGBT rights, by the way, they don't call them LGBT anymore unless they're conservative. Like, conservatives say LGBT, progressives say LGBTQ+. Some people even go like LGBTQIA. It's like, it's the ever-evolving. Have been a touchstone issues for critics of the tournament because same-sex relations are illegal and punishable by up to 3 years of jail time in Qatar. Yeah, so we're not talking about gay marriage. We're talking about going to prison. It used to be in Romania under communism as well. It's kind of interesting, like why all, not all, but like most of the gay rights activists, they also champion communism. As far as I know, besides Eastern Germany, homosexuality was illegal in almost all communist states. Even now in China, which is more open-minded than what the communists in Europe had, they don't allow images of gay people in movies. right? So that's why like a lot of Disney movies, they make sure that, okay, well, we're marketing to China, we gotta be very careful. But in TV shows, like, you see gay people in almost every single TV show because they're not supposed to be marketed to China. But in blockbuster films, almost no. Like, name me a character that's gay from a movie. You can't. Why? Because they want to sell to China, right? So anyway, judging by social media, our comments that you feel gay has caused some surprise in many in the gay community. Well, yeah, like, how do you feel gay? Like, you either are or you aren't. It's like, what does that mean? Like, do you feel the need for a gay man to touch you inappropriately? Like, what exactly is this feeling that we're talking about? It's bizarre. But anyway, because they are saying that if you really were gay, you would not be able to say that because you would be admitting to effectively illegality. Yes, like if he were to go to Qatar and he were to say that I had homosexual relationships, it would be a crime within Qatar, right? So I probably they wouldn't arrest him because he is the chief of FIFA, but still it would be an international scandal, and he would probably get deported. FIFA's director of media relations, however, concluded that the news conference with a personal message of support for his boss. I've seen a lot of criticism since I've joined FIFA, in particular from the LGBTI community, he said. I'm sitting here in a privileged position on a global stage as a gay man here in Qatar. He has received assurance that everyone will be welcome. Just because Gianni Infantino is not gay does not mean he does not care. He does care. I don't... What? I don't understand what's being written here. So wait. It's like, I've seen criticism of Gianni Infantino since I've joined FIFA. It doesn't mean that he does not care. He does. Yeah, he cares about the money. What the fuck? Like you could have picked a different country, right? If you literally cared about this issue, which, you know, like, fine, you care about the money. That's interesting, but no, like, you don't care. It's like, it's such pandering, right? Like, you understand the criticism. You don't want people to boycott FIFA. You don't want people to not watch. So you're trying to appease the fans by saying, oh yes, no, actually I care a lot. In fact, I care so much that I feel that I'm gay. I feel that I'm African. It's like, dude, just shut the fuck up. You know, like, take your money and shut the fuck up. It's so I don't know. Did he attempt to empathize? Like, attempt to empathize, in my opinion, right? Like, if I wanted to empathize with a homeless person, right? You take them into your house. You spend time with them. You try to talk to them and understand their life story. But no, it's like, I feel. He feels disabled as well. Like, what disability? Which one? Because there's many of them. Let me know what you guys think, though. And I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.